Everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am back. I've been away for 10 days and holy moly did I pick 10 days to go away on, because we have a lot of Wizarding World news, including HBO show, Amazon Audible book, new merch, and everything in between. So let's just jump right into it. The very first thing we're actually going to discuss, guys, is that Noble Collection actually updated their website for the first time in about 20 years, which is insane. So it does very much look like the Noble Collection UK website, and I'm very happy about this. This happened whilst I was away. Thank goodness it doesn't look like it's from 2005 anymore, so hooray! And if you guys remember, they announced the Cursed Opal necklace, and it was saying it was shipping at the end of November, but guess what? It's in stock. You can buy it right now. In fact, since I had pre-ordered mine, I didn't know this, but it's actually arriving tomorrow, October 29th, 2025. So stay tuned for an unboxing and full review, because you know I'm going to be doing that day one. So stay tuned for that. Let's move on. Did you guys know that Amazon has a Harry Potter shop storefront now? This is brand new, happened in the last few weeks, but you can go and buy a lot of stuff that you can find on the Harry Potter shop. Now the difference between the two shops, right, the official Harry Potter shop on the official Harry Potter shop, here you can see it's free shipping over $80, but on Amazon the rules are a lot different. So you're actually going to save money if you go through Amazon, so pay attention to that when you guys go shopping. Now they don't have everything in the Harry Potter shop. There are some exclusive things on the official shop as compared to the Amazon storefront, but it is good to know that you have options, okay? But the Harry Potter shop did actually drop this really beautiful pin badge. Now I've actually just unboxed it this morning. I'll post a short about it later, but I have to say I am thoroughly impressed with this pin. I did not expect it to be as big as it is. Like, this thing is really, really big. It's made of glass, very heavy. Like, I'm thoroughly impressed. And since I was not impressed with the Back to Hogwarts pin that they released, that slider pin, it looked very cheap and plasticky. This is a huge bump in quality, and I'm very excited for it. Now it is $35 and it is limited edition. If you scroll down here, measuring 4x3 inches, right? And it's an online exclusive pin badge, limited numbers for 2025. Now notice how it says limited numbers, not limited edition. It's because it's limited quantity. We don't know how much that is, but you know, get it while you can, otherwise you're probably going to spend $100 in a couple months on eBay for it, which is nuts, but it's beautifully packaged and everything, so I recommend it. They've also brought in the non-Mina Lima Goblet of Fire book. You can buy that on the page, as well as some Funkos, but here's the new thing they've also dropped in. Hogwarts Entry Quill. You have a black and a white feather pen, but you also have the house colors. They're all $12 each, so 12 for Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin, so those are the newest things that you can get. I really wish I could have gotten this sweater, but it was always sold out, and I'm kind of sad about it because it's so gosh darn pretty. Okay, everybody, in other news, Tom Felton is now working on the Cursed Child play. He's reprising his role as Draco Malfoy, and there's a little clip that I want to show you guys. I'm not going to play the whole thing because it's got the Imogen Heap music in it, and I'll get hit with the big bad copyright on YouTube, but check this out.
Expelliarmus! I just love saying Expelliarmus.
And now it's it. We're not going to play anymore, but there's like this whole little clip of everything. He's basically saying how he's happy to be back and whatnot, yada, yada, yada. But also, here's the same very clip, right? I can't play it all. You guys can find it on social medias everywhere. But he did light the Empire State Building for his debut in the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I'm going to mute it again because Imogen Heap music, but he lights up the Empire State Building. So that's pretty cool. Good for him. That's kind of a bucket list thing to do, I would imagine. So there you have it. He's gone and lit it all, yada yada yada. All right, now let's talk about the upcoming Amazon Audible full cast audio editions. And there's a lot to this because whilst I was away, they not only announced more information about the actual editions themselves, but they also announced more castings for this. Now this is not HBO, okay, so keep that in the back of your head because a lot of people seem to be getting mixed up between HBO and Audible. They're not the same things, okay? So this comes from Wizarding World Direct. They basically pull stuff and it's easy to get information on Twitter. So the Times has revealed the very first extract from Harry Potter the full cast audio editions. Listen to Chapter 6, The Journey from Platform 9 3/4. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone comes out November 4th on Audible. Here it is. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I do think that, like, Hermione sounds a bit, like, far away in the very beginning. That's why, if you noticed, I put on my second headphone because I was wondering if the audio was different in one ear than the other, but it doesn't sound bad at all. I believe the narrator, her name is Kush, right? Like, she seems fine to me. Not super, like, enthusiastic, though. Very kind of monotone, which I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of like this Ron actor. If you guys remember when they first started talking about the Audible, I was not impressed with the way Ron was talking, but now I really do like it. And you know what? He keeps reminding me of the old EA Ron Weasley voice actor. So, like, from the first two video games, I should say, he sounds just like it. Like, if you guys remember PlayStation 2, Ron goes to bed a lot. It's like, well, I'm going to bed. And he kind of saying that sign and stuff. Like, it just sounds the same. I do like the sound effects and stuff like that. That's really cool. So I'm used to the Stephen Fry original versions where it's like from a cassette or something like that. So this is very interesting to me. And that's all there is to it. It's not bad. Oh, the narrator is unfortunately awful. I don't think it's listenable. I gotta be honest. I kind of agree. Like, when I first heard Kush, like, I thought she'd be a lot better. That's the way she's talking, enthusiasm, but she's super monotone here. And this is what I'm saying. The sound mixing does seem off. It's not just me. Maybe it's a clip that sounds off.
He just raised his voice.
Be quiet. Maybe it's just a clip that sounds wrong or something like that. But yeah. It's too fast. Maybe it's just the kids acting. Kids' voice is mostly good, but the narrative ruins it. The narrative ruins everything. Do we really need a narrator? Wow, I guess a lot of people aren't really liking this. Damn. Impressive. Arabella is very good. I can't wait for the full audiobook. Yeah, I think the kids sound fine. Again, there is some mixing issues, like right at this very beginning.
Said Ron.
You're doing magic.
Right there, right? It's so low all of a sudden. Anyway, so that is it for that little section. There's still more to come. Now, remember, this is coming out next week. So if you do want to get it, get it. I'm going to put this on my throne or something. All right, now we actually have some casting announcements. And here's the thing. So Variety had dropped this article on October 21st, 2025 with the whole announcements of all the new castings. And then it was scrubbed. Completely deleted. I had the link and it was like, this article has been removed. However, 24 hours later, it was back up. So I'm thinking Variety accidentally announced everything one day in advance and the Wizarding World Direct pulled everything ASAP before it was deleted. And unfortunately, Variety messed up because even like the Harry Potter accounts start posting the day after on the 22nd. So anyway, here's Saoirse Monica Jackson has been cast as Sybil Trelawney. Now, I love this. If you guys ever watched Dairy Girls, which, by the way, I put the little thing right there. Okay, just act normal. Because, like, she's a great actress. I think she's going to be funny, which is ironic considering her co-worker in Dairy Girls, the big girl from that freaking Downton Abbey discount Timu sex one from Netflix, was like, I'm never gonna work with Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling, she's transphobic. Meanwhile, her coworker goes and takes a part for Audible. That's, I think, a bit ironic there. So we're just gonna go through the Variety article because it does actually give everything. So the full cast for Audible's adaptation of J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter books is set with veteran British thespian Bill Nighy among the last groups to be announced for the Audiobooks cast of more than 200 actors. Now, if you remember, Bill Nighy was actually already in Harry Potter, the movies. Nighy played Rufus Scrimgeour, a minister for the magic in the Warner Brothers Harry Potter films, but he's taken on a different character for the Audible series. Nighy provides the voice of Professor Slughorn, who was Hogwarts potions master during Tom Riddle's years. Other newly announced casting for Harry Potter, the full cast audio editions include David Holmes as Stan Shunpike. Holmes was the lead stunt double in the film. So again, I actually pointed this out September 1st because I screen grabbed this. This is from September 1st, 2025. And if you remember, September 1st, 2025 is back to Hogwarts Day where they announce things. And here was one of the announcements. And he says, as it's officially back to Hogwarts Day, here's a project I'm really excited to listen to. The new Audible Harry Potter audiobook. And he says, tickets please with a emo. And I was like, what does that mean? It's like, and I kept thinking he was something to do with the Hogwarts Express because it was back to Hogwarts Day. I'm like, the witch who pushes the trolley on the Hogwarts Express is a witch. So I didn't think it was David. And I was like, what? Maybe he's got a small part or whatever. And it's true. He does have a part. He's Stan Shunpike, which makes sense of the tickets, please. Now, if you remember, David Holmes was severely injured on Deathly Hallows Part 1, so he was doing the scene where Harry's attacked by Nagini, right, in Godric's Hollow, and he's yanked backwards, but what happens was his nose going to his chest, and he is paralyzed from, the waist down, basically. He's got limited motion. He broke his neck, and it snapped, right? So, that to me is really cool to bring him back. So, already we have a couple of Harry Potter actors who were in the movies who are not going to either be in HBO or the Audible, which I think is really, really cool. Let's move on. Saoirse, as we just said, Sope Dirisu is Sirius Black. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I said. This is him, by the way. The black man is playing Sirius Black. Now, I want to point out, it is not a big deal that someone does not resemble their counterpart in voice acting, because it's voice acting. You don't need to resemble it. You can be whoever the hell you want to be. It's how you portray the voice and how you emote through your voice and everything like that, right? So again, I don't care what you are. However, if you've been paying attention to all of HBO and Amazon Audible, you'll notice that they are acting in the same way. So anytime there's a character that's race swapped in HBO, I've noticed it's also race swapped in Amazon. For example, Hermione Granger, she's race swapped in HBO. Professor Snape, race swapped in the Audible books. So if that continues, I'm thinking that we're going to have a race swap Tonks because they race swapped her. The voice actress is not white. The voice actor here is not white for Sirius Black. So I'm kind of thinking that this is how they're going to deal with the racism in HBO for Professor Snape, because now you made him black. So if Sirius Black is also black, then there you go. I guess it's soft, but I also think it's extremely lazy that a black man is Sirius Black. Are you serious? You see the layers of stupidity here? Again, no problem whatsoever for the voice actor being Sirius Black, because it doesn't matter what you look like, because it's just voice acting. Who cares? Again, I want to point that out. We do have a couple of morons right here who don't understand what I'm talking about, so there's that. And I said, please reread my tweet, and maybe he's retarded. I think so. I thought I was pretty clear here, right? I've said it multiple times that if you follow what I say, it does not matter. Again, the whole Hank Azaria being removed from The Simpsons because he's not yellow? Huh? Anyway, I digress. Let's move on. Then we have Anna Maxwell as Martin as Rita Skeeter, Mackenzie Crook as Creature, Stephen Magnan as Nearly Headless Nick, Tracy Ann Oberman as Madam Hooch, and Millie Gubby as Luna Lovegood. In addition, Jude Farrett will play the young Draco Malfoy in Audiobooks 1-3, with Maximum Evans continuing the role in Audiobooks 4-7. Jake Sisworth will play Neville Longbottom, and Archie will take over that in books 4 through 7. Now, Bill Nighy released a statement and says, I was pleased to be asked to play the professor after already having played a Minister for Magic. Is it possible that I'm the only actor who can claim that achievement? It means that my career continues to have meaning for the next couple of generations. I'm always grateful when asked to play academics, having not been further educated myself. I'm hoping to be a significant part of something that will keep children entertained in the car on those long journeys overseas or just on the way to school. It's the 4th and final round of casting for Harry Potter, the full cast audio editions from Audible and Rollins Pottermore Publishing. The cast, as previously announced before, is led by Hugh Laurie as Albus Dumbledore, Matthew McFadden as Voldemort, Riz Ahmed, race swapped, Michelle Gomez as Professor McGonagall, and Cush Jumbo as the narrator. And then it goes on and it does the recap of what we've already discussed already. Now, if you want to know what these actors look like, here we go, right? So we've got this one for Sirius Black. This is Draco Malfoy. This one is also Draco Malfoy. Again, it really doesn't matter what they look like because this is the voice acting, but this is David Holmes, and this was the one I was super excited about. Super excited for David. Good for him. Obviously, Saoirse, we got that one. This is Rita Skeeter. This one I'm actually really excited about. You remember him from Pirates of the Caribbean. He's the one who keeps losing his eyeball. So that's really cool. And then we have Stephen Magnan, and you know him. He's pretty big as well. And he's going to be Nearly Headless Nick. We have Tracy as Rolanda Hooch. And we have Millie for Luna Lovegood. So very cool, very, very, very cool. Good for them. Congrats to everybody involved. Again, I don't care what skin color they are as long as they do a great job, right? Because it's voice acting. But again, remember that it seems to be race swapping all the time. And if you remember the covers for Prisoner of Azkaban, I did not think that this cover was very good in the first place. If you look here, Hermione does actually look really mixed race. So again, I feel like they're trying to rebrand it all. They have a mixed race Hermione in both HBO and Amazon. I gotta be honest, this cover looks really bad. She looks like she's 40 years old. Harry doesn't look very good. Like, it's a cool concept, but I think it's a terrible cover. So there is something, you see what I'm saying? Like pattern recognition, right? If it was just a one-off thing, you wouldn't really notice. But like when you have Papa Ezadu and Riz Ahmed both playing Snape, none of them are white. You have Arabella being and the other girl who's playing Hermione older, and she's also mixed race. You see the patterns, right? You see what I'm saying? How they're gonna like just update for the modern audience, blah. Whatever, let's keep going. So here is the actual official announcement from the Harry Potter website. Brand new cast members revealed for the star-studded Harry Potter. Now, it's funny enough, it says October 20th, but it wasn't actually revealed until like days later. Isn't that funny? Like they must have held it back. Today we can reveal a whole new host of talent. So here is some of the pictures, right? We don't need to go over this again. Basically the Variety was already done, the statement. And here's a David Holmes statement too. We can read this one. I'm beyond thrilled and honored to be voicing Stan Shunpike in the forthcoming Pottermore and Audible Harry Potter full cast audiobook. Being a part of this is very much full circle for me, considering I was the Harry Potter stunt double inside the night bus as it was whizzing through the streets of London on the Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban movie. I hope everyone enjoys my performance and both old or new audiences will connect with these magical stories. Tickets, please. And I love that. I love this. Good for David. He is a Chad of all Chads. Go get it. And then we have more images of the other cast members. I gotta be honest, the only ones I really care about is David Holmes because he is a legend. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's move on. Now there's an interview with a new Harry Potter. Hermione Granger and Ron Weasley want to tell you a story. And this is from the London AP News. I zoom in. If you listen carefully, you can hear the noise of chocolate frogs flying through the air on the Hogwarts Express. Blah, 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 blah. Is there anything here? This is what we want to know about because there's an interview. But it's Stanton who is pulling double duty in the Potterverse. The 11-year-old is also starring as the studious and brave Hermione Granger in the HBO show. I can't say much because they cast a mimble-wimble tongue-tying spell on me, which that's adorable. But I've just started filming and it's great at the moment. So she has been on set. It's been closed set, so we haven't been able to see anything. That means it's not on location, and if it is, we can't see it. AP sat down with Treadaway 14, Lester 13, and Stanton to find out the snacks required to keep them going, the introductions to the Wizarding World, and how they feel about acting. The conversation has been edited for clarity and brevity.
He wanted to ask,
What are you?
but thought it would sound too rude. So instead, he said,
Who are you?
Dobby, sir, just Dobby. Dobby the house elf. Harry Potter, said Harry.
Are you really?
I'm pretty sure this is like the Jim Dale that they're using to go back and forth, but we'll get back to the interview. I just want to make sure that we don't have any of these clips inside of it.
Really?
Said Hermione.
I know all about you, of course. I got a few extra books for background reading, and you're in modern magical history, and the rise and fall of the dark arts, and great wizarding events of the 20th century.
This is a gnome. Ugh.
He said grimly. Get off me! Get off me! Squealed the gnome. It was certainly nothing like Father Christmas.
Brilliant, well done.
I've tried a few simple spells just for practice, and it's all worked for me. Nobody in my family's magic at all. It was ever such a surprise when I got my letter, but I was ever so pleased, of course. I mean, it's the very best school of witchcraft there is, I've heard. I've learnt all our set books off by heart, of course. I just hope it will be enough. I'm Hermione Granger, by the way. Who are you?
Harry Potter! Said the creature in a high...
They're not bad, these kids. I have to give them that, yeah? But it's funny how they're using the old narrators, like the old narrators, to give them all the lines and stuff.
high-pitched voice Harry was sure would carry down the stairs. So long has Dobby wanted to meet you, sir. Oh, such an honour it is,
Thank you.
said Harry, edging along the wall, sinking into his desk chair next to Hedwig, who was asleep in her large cage.
Our heads could do with filling with some interesting stuff. For now they're bare and full of their dead flies and bits of fluff. So teach us things worth knowing.
Okay, so they were singing the Hogwarts song. That's funny.
Anyone fancy a game of exploding snap?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Right,
Give
there.
up cards. Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Right,
Yeah,
3,
thank you.
2, 1.
Right,
Snap!
Oh,
Oh my god!
I passed in front of them, we didn't go on.
Winner gets this chocolate frog. Oh, okay. 3, 2, 1. Snap!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Are they doing extras? Like, what is this? This isn't in the books.
Won that. I definitely won that. Go on.
Is it my turn?
Expecto Patronum! We're nearly there. I can apparate us both back. Don't worry.
I am not worried, Harry. I am with you.
Yeah, the older version sounds really good. Anyway, we already seen all that. Okay, so let's go back to the interview. I was hoping we could go and watch, read or watch the interview, but I guess it's just an actual written one. All right, what were the auditions like? So this is Harry. You really got a taste of what it was going to be like, also in the studio and even the scenes. Had you done anything like this before? For Ron, I did some audio before, yeah, but I mean nothing as professional as this. Stanton, this is Hermione. Now she's gonna be like the golden girl, right? She's gonna be the biggest of the three because she's in both versions, and you can already see that they're hyping her up big time already. So how does this compare to your stage work? It's just very, very different. But I suppose the similar thing is that because you want to make your voice come alive, I think you sort of act as you're saying the lines to give the words some color. How's the recording going so far? Lovely people, great food, great experience. What's your favorite food when you're working? Treadaway, the snack cupboard and the chocolate fridge. The chocolate fridge is dedicated to chocolate. Stanton's filled with snacks. They have to restock every time I go. That's hilarious, they're kids. Can you remember the first time you ever heard about Harry Potter? Treadaway, I think it might have been when my sister was watching the movies chronologically, and then for some reason I only decided to tag along for the last one. Did you go back to the beginning? I don't think I did because I was like, oh, I can't watch. This is the 12 rating, so I had to wait until I was 12 to watch them. Then this is Stanton. My friends had started all reading all the Harry books and everything, and they were like, oh, have you read Harry Potter this, Harry Potter that? And I was like, right, I'm going to start reading the books. So I think I was 8 when I started reading the first one. I sort of just worked my way through them, and yeah, it was great. I've loved Harry Potter. I love it. I saw this book in Waterstones, and everyone said it was quite popular. It was like one of the best sellers. So I went and bought it from and I read the book, and it was just great. So what do your friends and family think about you voicing these characters? Have you been able to tell them? I haven't really told many of them, not really. I think those who know will never truly know actually what it's about until they listen to it. I think I've told quite close family, sort of keeping it in the bubble, but they'll never really understand because so much effort, I mean the teams, all the amazing people behind it, they put in so much effort to make the audio series incredible. Neither one of them really kind of answered that question. Have you got a favorite part of the stories? I can't wait to hear how the battle scenes work because of all the SFX and all the sounds and all the grunts and oohs and ahs and all that because I think they sound really cinematic. It was very weird because I would stand there for a minute just grunting and that would feel so stupid. Stanton. I can't wait to hear all the spells because I think Hermione generally just says so many spells, and I can't wait to hear the sounds of people casting them. I just love spells. Lester, my favorite part that I'm looking forward to is just literally just to hear it all come together for everyone to talk to each other because I feel like that's going to be amazing. Are you like your characters in any way? Blah, 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 blah. Listen, we only really care about Arabelle at this point. I love books, I love writing, I love reading. I do love doing all the kind of stuff. I mean, I like school, but I don't love school. And I think books is the main connection between Hermione and I. All right, la, 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 la. All right, you guys, if you really want to read the rest of this interview, which, listen, a bunch of kids just respond to an interview. It's not going to be, incredibly high IQ. Feel free. It's the AP and New Harry Potter, Hermione Granger, and Ron Weasley want to tell you a story. Go check that out, okay? Now, we do have these little things, right? We don't have to play them. It's like every single time they have the same thing. Bill Nye, and then obviously you have like David Holmes, as Stan Shunpike, blah, 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 blah. If you go to hpexclusivelisteningpreview.com and you give them your email, you can actually get an exclusive preview virtual listening event. Step through the portal and rediscover the story that started it all. Join fellow fans for an enchanting night of sound, magic, and wonder as Audible unveils the beloved stories like you've never experienced them. So if you want to hear more and you want to find out, give them your email and they'll notify you and everything else. All right, and one last thing for Amazon Audible is this.
Is this real?
Are you really Harry Potter?
Harry Potter, our new celebrity.
Harry, you're a great wizard, you know.
Harry Potter, the boy who lived.
Harry Potter, the full cast audio editions. Listen on Audible.
So I gotta be honest, the Snape bit right here.
Really Harry Potter?
Harry Potter, our new celebrity.
It's not very cold or like anything. It's kind of like bland. But I gotta say, Matthew McFadden does a fantastic job.
Harry Potter, the boy who lived.
Harry Potter.
Sounds just like Rafe. My God. Crazy. Alrighty, everyone. Let's go and talk about HBO Harry Potter. And this is the actual show. Now, take this with a grain of salt. It comes from the Daily Mail, but it says security is increased on new Harry Potter set over fears that trans activists had planned to sabotage new J.K. Rowling project. Security on the new Harry Potter set has been ramped up over growing concerns that transgender activists are planning to sabotage, according to reports. Now, I want to know whose reports are those, or are they just, fluffing it up? Filming for the new Wizarding TV series began earlier this summer, but fears have been sparked after a recent alleged break-in by intruders to show sets in Leavesden Studios, Watford, Herefordshire last week. The rumored unlawful entry into Diagon Alley set came amid growing backlash in the trans community towards Potter author J.K. Rowling, who has long been outspoken on gender identity and women's rights. Okay, but this could just be somebody who wants to just take photos of the sets, right? It could be, it very well could be someone insane, but it also could just be someone who wants to leak it, set images. One insider has gone as far as calling it a massive headache for bosses at HBO who are creating the new show, which is set to hit screens in 2027. Well, obviously, somebody's trespassing. That's really all there is to it. They told The Sun this has been a massive headache. Security has now been boosted as a result of what's happened, but also what is expected to have at some point due to discussions taking place among trans activists. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right. Now we actually have some interviews to discuss before we go on to set leaks. Fantastic Beasts star cast doubt on HBO's Harry Potter show for one key reason. So if you remember, a couple weeks ago I talked about how the new Nicholas Flamel kind of looked like the old actor but with the new prosthetics, and that was speculation that it was actually the same actor. Well, it's not. However, the original actor from Crimes of Grindelwald, Brontes, he actually came out and said something. To those who wonder how I feel about it, I'll say that to convey the beautiful stories over time, characters have always traveled from one incarnation to another, as in a relay race like the messengers in ancient Greece. My best wishes to Lambert, the new Nicholas Flamel. That being said, for me, Harry Potter will forever have the features of Daniel Radcliffe. I don't really see anything bad with what he's saying. He's basically saying to me, Harry Potter will always be the movies, that's what he's used to, and he says best wishes to the new guy. So, seems fine. No pressure. Anyway, then they go and talk about Nicholas Flamel, blah, 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 blah. It's not a big deal. Now, there is another thing here, and here is an interview of the new HBO Lucius Malfoy, Johnny Flynn.
Can you tell us anything how the filming's going?
It's good. I've only done a little bit, and I'm just giddy with as a fan of the stories of the books. Really, I was yeah, I still remember reading the books as a teenager, and they meant so much to me, and they meant so much to my kids, so it's really cool to be a part of this.
Have you reached out to Jason and Isaac at all for a little bit of help with music?
We haven't spoke since I got cast, but we did a film together a few years ago, and we've got on very well, and he's a sweetheart. So yeah, I love this film for being that about family and family trauma. And
anyway, it just goes on and he talks about the rest of the movie. However, he has been filming already, which if you pay attention, they're doing it chronologically. So they're doing Sorcerer's Stone. So that means that the rumors were true that Lucius Malfoy will be in Series 1, even though he wasn't in the first book. Now, I wonder if he's going to be in Diagon Alley when Harry's getting his stuff, or if he's going to be on Platform 9 3/4. I don't know. Sounds really weird to me. I don't particularly like it because he's introduced in such a way in Chamber of Secrets, right? So I'm just like, you're introducing the character a whole year in advance. I'm not a big fan of that. We'll see what they do with it. Moving right along, we have some Harry Potter cars spotted in Bovey Tracy Devon. Again, nothing exciting, just cars. We also have a better look at Diagon Alley in the Harry Potter series. It basically it does very much similar to the movies. It just seems bigger, like longer. At least that's what I'm looking at. You got quality Quidditch supplies. I'm gonna play this. This kind of made me laugh.
This is not our Snape, Avada Kedavra.
I just thought it was funny. It's funny. I don't wish any harm of the actor, obviously, right? There's nothing with the actor. This is about the re-portrayal of Snape. Nothing about the actor. I just thought it was funny. And then we have a glimpse behind the scenes of Harry Potter TV series rehearsals at Malham Cove. The scene was then filmed during the sunset with a witch appearing to cast a spell towards the sky. So I'm wondering if this is like in the very beginning where people are celebrating that Voldemort died, right? So there's all these things going around. Like there's not a whole lot happening, as you can see. It's just a girl who's pointing a spell at the sky. And nothing exciting there. And then we also have exactly where they filmed Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows a few years ago, which is true. You remember Harry and Hermione like fleeing from Death Eaters and stuff, and without Ron because he wasn't there anymore. A few years ago, I know. So like it's at least like 15 years ago. So funny enough, but yeah, crazy that they're filming there now. They also have filming of the Harry Potter TV series in progress in Malham today. The film crew was spotted on locations by locals. There's really nothing here. It's just like, oh, here's some ponies and stuff, whatever. There's that. Then we also have this. Now, this is what I was talking about, how like they have all these people casting spells and shooting stars and whatnot. And so I'm assuming that this is, and even Bruno says that, like when, McGonagall's talking to Dumbledore about how the witches are being very irresponsible with trying to blend in with the muggles. They're, out and about celebrating, partying. So this must be the images. See, like he's casting a spell, he's super happy, he's doing shooting spells and whatnot. So I'm assuming that is what's currently happening. And then there's this, another Harry Potter character, new HD pictures from yesterday's filming of Harry Potter series. Now, a lot of people are speculating that this is Arabella Figg. And her name is Rachel Wooding. That is who that actress is. Now, I agree, it could be Arabella Figg. I think so, at least. Let me know what you guys think down below, of course. And then Harry Potter Locomotive loaned out for Halloween. The mechanical star of the new Harry Potter TV series will soon be performing a leading role for Halloween series at a heritage railway. White Hall, a steam locomotive, has been pulling the fictional Hogwarts Express for the filming of the HBO production. Later on Wednesday, it will begin its journey by road from its home in Buckinghamshire Railway Centre to the Bluebell Railway in East Sussex. It will get a future and it will be available for generations to come. Now, I'm happy with this because you're just saving another train and you're restoring it. And it's beautiful. I love the old train. So very cool. And there's also some images of the people restoring this train. So this is what it originally looked like, right? And now here it is for HBO Hogwarts Express. It's beautiful. Good for them. Like, what an accomplishment to be able to fix a beautiful train like that. Like, good for them. Here's some more images. Saw it today. Looks great. Very, very cool. Good for them. Well, guys, I know it was a bit of a longer video today, but there was a lot of news that I did not get to cover whilst I was away. So apologies for that, and I'm sure I've missed some other news. But let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys all next. And make sure you guys are subscribed, because I'm trying to hit 10K before the end of the year. So, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.